allow me to introduce our next international speaker, Mr. Ken Rochon.
Thank you very much, and welcome. You know, that actually reminds me of a beautiful quote, and it's the reason I'm standing here today. The world is a book, and then those that do not travel only see one page. St. Augustine. So I'm very excited that I have seen the world, but I'm very excited to be speaking internationally, because when we speak internationally, we take a step as being an international leader and an international impact with a message. So I have a book here that any of you that want to be a part of it, thanks to Speak in Dubai, you will be a part of it, because we have this book coming out in 36 languages to include, of course, Arabic. And for those of you who want to continue the Keep Smiling movement, we have over 1 million of these cards in the marketplace at this point. And what I found to be absolutely astonishing about this is not a brand. This is an expression. It's a movement. It's a way of sharing your heart. And it's actually the international expression. It doesn't matter what language you speak. If you smile, you connect. So I'm here to talk to you about actually the smile and a book. So we've heard some great stories, and every time I lift a book up, it's being captured by camera, isn't it? When Mitch held his book up, it was captured by camera. We have some books here from people that are in Speak in Dubai, and my job is to keep the buzz and the life of the book happening. The problem a lot of authors have is they misjudge that the world is waiting for their book to happen. They say, I'm going to write this book. I know the world's waiting. And then they make the book, and the world does not respond. And they have a storage issue. Or they do create space, and they have one copy, and they move another copy, etc. So I'd encourage you to consider something new when you're making a book. First of all, get behind that book and give it everything you have. The second thing is actually put a budget that equals the amount of money you created for the book itself. For instance, if you have only $3,000 to make the book, put $1,500 into making the book and $1,500 into marketing the book. When we put all the money into making something but nothing into marketing, we have a secret. And this is actually a great example of something that's not a secret, is it? We have a full room. And every single person in here can talk about the power of Speak in Dubai and how it turns into Speak in Thailand, Speak in the USA, Speak in all these exotic countries because of something called social media. We have social proof from this event, from the speakers here, that are giving 5-star reviews. If you enjoy this conference, you have a voice. And that's called social proof, and it's called a movement. So being a speaker and being a leader is a movement, just like a smile is. So I encourage you to connect. And the thing is, you're an audience right now that's engaging with a speaker, but you can actually engage with becoming a speaker by actually getting in the conversation that's happening today. So instead of just listening, you go to the Facebook page and you actually comment, and then you connect. I think we all know that we become a product of the 5 people we hang around with. And so when we are hanging around with non-speakers, who are we? When we hang around with people that are non-authors, who are we? Right, because they speculate what is not possible, not what is. So I am on my 16th book right now, and one of my favorite books to write, thank you. Although I do not proclaim to be a publisher, I really am a marketer, and I care so much about the fact that the mindset of an author is that they get the book done. 84 out of 85 people that want to get a book done do not do so. Why is that? Is it fear? I guess so. But really what it is they don't know how to approach it, and they don't know how to end it. So I help with this. So make a book. Move a book is how we keep the book impacting the world. I can't tell you how often an author is so disgruntled and disappointed and frustrated because they made a book, but they didn't move it. So they feel like a failure. Were they a failure when they made the book? No. But they became a failure moving the book because they weren't a marketer. Know your skill set and latch on to someone else who has the skill that you need to combine so you have distribution. How many people like coffee here? Okay, that's not a lot of people. Are there more people than... Okay, how about, let's see, beer maybe. Does someone like beer? So there are ingredients to everything we make in life. The ingredients for coffee, just pretend like you do like coffee. You need a coffee bean. And a coffee bean is the content. And that content is simply only one ingredient. So if someone said, I'd like a cup of coffee, and you gave them just a coffee bean, you'd feel like, what are you doing? Well, that's what happens when you do a book and you just do content only. But when you marry it with something called distribution, hot filtered water, then you finally have the ingredients of, in my opinion, tasteless coffee. But you have coffee. The magic is the other two ingredients, in my opinion. And it is the speed of relevance. If I take a picture of you today and you don't get the picture for weeks or months or you don't know where they are, there's no relevance to time, is there? Andrea Adams-Miller and myself commit that all the pictures you're going to see us take, as well as the pictures we take of you, will be up this week, if not tomorrow. The more time we have to do the post-production, the more we're going to commit to that tomorrow. But on Speak in Dubai, that's where you're going to find it on Facebook, and then you'll spread the word about what it is to be a leader, what it is to connect with the world, and what it is to have a positive message that leaves a legacy. So the last one is you guys, the cream. So I call the speed of relevance the sugar, and I call the audience the cream, okay? And every time we meet a new audience, you have a new audience that can gravitate towards your social proof, can connect with your social message. And when you have that, you have a very good cup of coffee. So I will just take a second to say that when you do a great book, the next step you have to do is when someone reads it, likes it, you have to actually get the 5-star review. When you have enough 5-star reviews, what happens is the world starts marketing for you instead of you telling the world that you're so great or the book is so great. Isn't it great when you can step aside and say, world, please take over and tell the rest of the world that this book is a phenomenon. This book will make a difference. There's a gentleman here, Bobby Kimbrough, who just retired from the FBI, and he wrote a book about stopping racial profiling. And when I hold this book up, and he lives in North Carolina, he's not here, is he? But yet he is. When we hold up this book by Brent Phillips, 7 Steps to Happiness, how many of you would like to be happier? Okay, this guy is a genius at happiness. But without this book held up right here, you don't know it exists. So this is the partnership of an author with a marketer. I have a radio show. I was so good at marketing the radio show, they said, can you please make a book for us about finding your voice broadcasting? Do you get the example here? If you have a book, we carry your book around the world. I think someone may know this person. Is this person? This person is an actual product of Speak in Dubai. And another person from Speak in Dubai. They have books. And if you're a speaker and you don't have a book, you're really missing an opportunity to have your voice go beyond the stage. Because when people connect with you in the audience, they want to take a piece of you home. And it's funny, you don't need an electronic version. Electronic version, when someone says, I want to buy it on Kindle, that means that they're only going to put it in their Kindle. They want to take it home with them. Hold it, have you sign it. I can't tell you how often I do not sign a book and how often they say, I have to get your signature. So my name is Ken Rochon with the Umbrella Syndicate. I would love to help you amplify your voice, create a legacy, and of course, have your book live beyond you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.